try for make full toto. Ha ha ha. But bossy come and they shoot it up to Yagare.
My name is Gideon Chris. I'm 17 and I'm from St. Paul's community, Moore Island. And my totem is the Kodo, which is a crocodile. My favorite medium is painting and drawing because I feel comfortable in doing that. And I also like doing sculpting, trying to, form traditional animals that we hunt and stuff. When I first became interested in art, I was 9 years old. My first artwork was, I did a drawing of a jugo swimming with its child. The person that inspires me is my big sister. Her name is Delisa Levi, and she put an artwork of my grandfather, Nako Chris, in Gaptitoy artwork. And culture is probably everything that we do in the Torres Straits, like hunting and traditional dancing and stuff. I feel when I'm more creative is probably back at the island. Yeah, I like to go up in the hills and think of stuff. When I'm drawing or doing some of my artworks, I like to listen to reggae music because it's kind of relaxing and gets you hyped up and to imagine what you're creating and stuff. The effects of climate change will probably be rising tides. You never know the people living next to the beach. They can drown or stuff. Well, COVID-19 stopped me from learning and probably moving around to the places I wanted to go. And it sort of made my family scared to, get together and stuff. Yeah, I live at St. Paul's community, but currently I'm schooling here at Tagai State College, and apparently I'm staying at the Kazimita boarding house, and it's kind of hard staying away from my family when you're used to being in their arms and stuff. Yeah. If there's one place I would go to Austria, because I find that place interesting, the culture and the history behind this stuff. Right. So this is a piece that I've done last year. This started out as a drawing first. Then when my teacher saw it, she decided to put it on the diaries for school to get a new one. And then I started painting it out. But I didn't think it was going to be good enough to paint until my teacher helped me with it, and then it came out good.
Spirit blow them to walk round every day.
My name is Liam Garamai from Badu. My totem is Samu Kasuari. My age is 17. My favorite medium is just drawing, because I just like drawing. I don't like colors or anything, just matter pencil work. I want to visit Samoa because all get them design. I like all design. So the person inspired me, Ali Chukoti, because I also like him design. Glenn Mackey. I first like art when I was primary school. I like to draw also sea animals like shark, turtle, and crocodile. Well, culture is for me my identity. Where I go, I carry where I go. I like to practice my art well, when I go back home. I like to listen or relaxing song. You relax my mind and I just draw. There, but you see climate change, when I always go down Sunbeach, I look at Sunbeach, I say, come on inside. I say the sun come on trap and soon you go away road, I think. I see COVID-19, well, for me, I feel sorry for them old people because it affects them the most. So all them sales is small down, not so strong. When I be grade 10, I be enter young archery and I be draw my aka. And the drawing mean a lot to me because my aka be there since I be born right through to today. That's why I be drawing. And them encourage me through a lot. And
I'm make for you, you make for me. Ha ha. But come on, Karen, I forgot to all get the banana.
Hello, my name is Elijah Waigana. I'm from Dunley. I'm 16 years old. My windy Sager. My totem is bird, shark, whale, dolphin, and turtle. My star is the morning star. My inspiration is my mom. My mom is Ella Rose Savage. He works on that art center at Dunley. Arab Arts, he showed me like he give me a good opportunity this came for show young kids how art is capable of. People can buy your artwork, but my mom is a artwork not kind good this kind. He got good thing inside. I love when they're painting them and ghost net, yeah, and do a little bit of sketch and them stuff like when I see her drawings, I was like nearly crying this kind, like I can do this kind of thing too, this kind. Wow. I would just watch my mom and dad do the art thing with them too. He just more thing out this kind for me. I look my dad, he draw all day when I'm bored. I look him do a little bit of sketch and them stuff. When I look him drawing this kind, I look for him MB design ibis me put outside island. The whole ibis MB just do him himself. When you go around the ibis this kind, you got one painting them, you make him, you got all kind of things, fish, shark, eagle, crocodile, turtle, them stuff. But when I look, I put it in my head, just getting all that information to my head, and now I just do all kind of stuff. I first came into art when I was grade 10. My favorite medium is drawing. I practice island dance and do a little bit of singing. Culture means to me like when I look at old people, I just go and sit there with them play, like ask them for advice. How you make it them weaving and yeah, this practice with them thing, yeah. So COVID-19 be affect everybody, even them old people. So we got one thing will become on top. One notice with a council office when we apply, we say like you have to go to the house with the old people, and if them ask you for go shop with the employee, you just go and get something for them and come back. Another thing too, it be affect my family too. Like it be not kind of terrible. Like we got plenty family down at Cairns, and we know about skin they go stay there down. we no sabi if them probably get infected or them thing like that. What? I be feel nothing sad, cause I be thinking about my ate. I be thinking about them, but yeah, now it be just a small change now. When I Torres Island, I see all kind of things change. Like when people go dive, I can like when I look them coral, it is dead for nothing. And yeah, every reef we go, we don't got much fish. But some low places we go, just go get some fish and come back. Yeah. Also on makeup place, I discuss it just come in my mind. He showed me how climate change does to other country. Yeah, I just draw it. Yeah, I just draw.
Use a best lot in dishes.
Nguzunel Danikal Sala, 18 otalay, Nguzu Totem Daibao, Ngai Zeagobalay. My name is Danica Elisala. I'm 18 years old and I'm from Duan. My totem is wild yam and my wind is the southwest winds. I'm inspired by my grandfather, my popo, and he's a role model to me. He's a craftsman. He put in a artwork, I think a couple of years ago in CIAF festival, and the name of the artwork was Aipulumai Rugal, and meaning like hunting gears. He's loving, caring, gives me many disciplines. When I'm at home, I feel relaxed while I'm doing my artworks and stuff, and like it just inspires me. Like the island itself inspires me to like draw. So like, because also throughout the Torres Strait, nobody like really knows like about Duan a lot. So my idea is to like draw the island so that everybody knows that like we are a small island, and culture means to me it's my identity. It's like it's basically everything, like tradition, like the language, the food, the people. Yeah, my language is KKY, which is Kalau Kauya. I learned it in primary school. Until now, my grandparents speak it like they speak fluently, and like I learn from them. And so, at home, it's like more fluent, like language, and then when I have to come back to school, I have to be mindful of the language that I use around people, like so because they don't understand what I say. I was in year 9 when I first did art, and I realized that I couldn't do art until like now, or like when I was in primary school, like I didn't really like much care about like doing art, and yeah, I thought like art was only like colors and drawing and stuff, but it's much more. Like it can be like creating something out of nothing, and like it can be like it's not only like painting, it's like you can do anything. My favorite medium is drawing, painting, and lino printing. And because I didn't really know how to do lino printing until like I came up here, because at my old school they didn't really do much lino printing. I just seen artworks of like on internet, and then yeah. So when I came up here, like lino printing was like interesting, and I wanted to do more on. Last year I was at my old school in Rockhampton, and they didn't really like much give me opportunities to like like they didn't have any, they didn't celebrate NAIDOC. They only had like a day to celebrate it, and then that's like it. There was other family members and friends that came from other islands, and like most of the time like we'll hang out together just to be like close and being connected with family members was like how I practice culture, and like also with other friends and friends like we socialize with, like we talk about home a lot, and that's how I get like connected. Climate change has been impacted our community like with erosions, because we have like every monsoonal seasons there will be like rain, like, and like because we have hills and like many creeks, it flows through the creeks and then onto the roads. It like damages the roads, and not only that, but like the winds changes. Like if it's like a certain season, then like suddenly it changes to a different wind, and it just seems like unusual. Yeah.
Well, that's true.
COVID-19 has impacted us through like in our community, because like we had restrictions at home that we couldn't like go to other islands to visit our families, and it just made it hard for us to not like connect with closer family members, and because of the restrictions it was like very difficult to make like contact with others. COVID-19 impacted me personally because I couldn't come back to school and to do further like studies, and it also like impacted me where my mom couldn't come over like to Queensland because she lives in NT. And when we first got the COVID-19 outbreak, we saw it on social media, but we thought it was like come and go sickness, or like we weren't scared, like that scared, until like people started talking about the virus, and so we had to be rushed back home and like to our families and stuff. But because like Duan doesn't have an airstrip, it's just like helicopter transport, and like when we travel home, if you want to like travel from another island, like from island to island, you have to have like a permit just to like go home. And, yeah. I like to practice my art in school, or like when I'm bored, I just go sit on my desk and just draw whatever comes to my mind. And yeah, I love listening to music, especially like PNG music, or it just calms my mind. So I think about, because we live close to the PNG, it just makes me feel like I'm home, like while I'm drawing. Well, this is a piece that I did last term, and it's out of foam and feathers, and yeah, this will fade. I did it because like people didn't have like faith in like COVID-19. They didn't have faith to like they don't have faith to go through this COVID-19. It's just worries and stuff that I believe that if they have faith, then it could like make this thing over like quickly. Yeah.
So come on, no family care for you and me. You sabi something distinct. You sabi down distinct.
Thank you everybody for viewing us. On behalf of us, we would like to say thank you once again for looking at our artworks and what we do as usual. And yeah, take care.
Tabuli fly distinct. Fly, 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 bully, yeah. Total. River is my home. Yeah. Give me on that. Come on, my lads. What in this scene now?
My name is Ty Shayla. My short name is Ty. I am 9 years old. I go to Sacred Heart. I live on TI, but I'm a Badu like. My totem is a bird, shark, stingray, and turtle. I come here to Auntie Mel's workplace to do beading, weaving, and art. I really like to do painting because it's fun and you can make up your mind. Like you can like imagine stuffs with it. I taught myself how to do art. This is my favorite because this is winter. This is the winter. This one is kind of a sunset. And this one is nearly dark. And this one is where the grass, the grass. Color the grass. So first I put blue at the top and white at the bottom, and I mixed it all up. That's how I did this. And I did the clouds with my fingers. And this one it's the same as this one, but different colors. Cairns Indigenous Art Fair.
Hi, I'm Patty.
And I'm Jane.
And I'm Mama Cess. I'm May.
I'm Amy.
And
we are Cess's Ukulele Gummaz.
This Luko now is kind of a love song from Mare, and it's continued by Kalalagauya. And the Luko is a floating log. It's floating down the sea, drifting along with the tide, just like lonely hearts drifting into the arbor of dreams when the log floats into the yaba. So that's the song. And the Kalalagauya, they're talking about same thing when the men went away to work and they could be looking for jobs. They went away to Western Australia and same thing, they go away like lonely, away from their family, the lonely hearts, and the same thing that flows and walks out of life for people, lonely hearts. So this is Look Out. It's my language.
Sorry, picture.
Auntie
No more. This is Heaven Island lady Lizzie, Auntie Lizzie, baby makeup. Sorry, picture. Sorry, picture. Speak me what I go picture myself like. Speaking because we can't go. I go picture myself, but when I look at come inside of my eye, like boyfriend, they come inside. When I do, when the tear run on my eye, me a sit down when I'm gasu the you when I'm kissing lips, I almost died. In the middle of another cantiness, in the middle of the movie, I started to cry. I did up and I walked on home.
So it was just a Creole for sad movies. Sorry, big star, all time making me cry. And sweet me and go home, but I go miss myself. And I like the love and I can't
Yeah, well, she made this song. She's a good friend, and she made this also another song for us. Yeah, my sisters anyway. But she composed this just walking along the beach, and she said, "It is a song, you know. You know, people will do songs and compose a song, anything they see in the way, it's a song, and they compose songs." And she says, "My goodness, it only happens on TI. We're on the road, we're walking. We're all walking, joining our hands, walking, singing with my ukulele."
And the cars give away for you.
The cars give away. Really? They go right on the side of the road and we're still walking. And it surprised them. My goodness, I said, it only happens on TI. And it goes like this.
Share
once you have an art documentation, it's there forever and it still educates people. And that's what I'm just doing now, capturing stories, putting into a format and educating people about our culture. Naunel Zoe, Zose Laifoo, Naibadulain. I come from Bado Island. My clan is the Tupmul, Argan. I also come from Mobiag. My clan is the Kedal, Wagadagam. And my father's side, my clan is the Hammerhead Shark from Kubin. Now totem, Tupmul, Arganilai. Naila Kwara Mabigilai, now totem, Kedal, Wagadagam. Now Baba, Kubinilai, Kurs. Nailak Saibalai, Tabu, Damu. My art passion started from when I was really young, from my grandmother, Akagongai from Mobiag. That's where my Wagadagam heritage comes from. She used to tell me stories about growing up on the islands, and myths and legends, and stuff that she experienced through life. And as I went through life, I seen a lot of changes, and seen plus my grandfather and all my friends and all my uncles working, and I used art to create these scenes that happened a long time ago. And I love doing art because it shows how people grow up, the way of life, and you capture the story that happened long before. And once you capture that story, it goes on forever and educates the next one. So it's like the passing of the knowledge. And when I see my grandma telling me stuff, I had all this knowledge, so it was very important for me to practice art. And I think I did my first thing at the school here, Tagai School, and I did a lot of ceramic works and textile works, and I loved that. But my inspiration was like probably my uncle Harry Nona, seeing him similar to me, play footy, love art. And when I finished high school, I pursued my career to further my studies in art, and did my certificate 3 diploma, advanced diploma in visual arts in Cairns at the TAFE. And that's the same place where my uncle actually took place in doing his artwork and creating, and one of the first artists to actually develop Torres Strait art in painting wise. And I started to do all these different mediums to create new stuff and tell the stories that have been told to me by my grandmother, my grandfather, my uncles, and just the way of life growing up, seeing my friends grow up and using the culture to our benefit, and documented that into our actual format of art piece, lino card, painting, textile works. I work all mediums, yeah, I love working with all mediums, ceramics, textiles, lino, painting, carving, work with fabrics, screen printing, designing shirts and stuff. But all of those things I put in, and all the time always have stories to them that's telling things that happen here, so the next generation can learn about these. And I like to go back to my aunties and uncles and stuff, getting each individual story, then actually putting into a piece. Then you capture the story of each particular person, the way of life they grew up. So that's my way of putting my art together, is catching all the different methods they use for hunting, the different styles of cooking, and putting the format into a piece where when I educate people about it, it's not only educating Europeans, it's educating young Torres Strait Islanders, artists, non-artists, to know about their culture, and it'll be always there, because I not long come back from Egypt, and 8,000 years old stuff is still stories being told now about what they used to do there. And that's what I'm just doing now, capturing stories, putting into a format, and educating people about our culture. Traveled the world with art and dancing. I've seen everywhere with dancing and art also. So I've seen two sides of the things. I do a lot of dancing, training my little nephews and stuff. My two boys, Jared and Maka, I trained them from a really young age, since they pick up a pull-up shaker. And ever since they've been dancing with me, so I take them everywhere where I go. But I also use my art form in the actual dancing. So I create all my own dance gear, all my paddles, everything that we need for dancing, our own gear, making our own traditional clothes to wear. These dance costumes I got taught by one of my uncles from Saibai. He taught me the traditional ways to do up your skirts, your traditional kadig, your dancing equipments, all your different headdresses and stuff. So I'm really privileged that I got to one of my uncles from Saibai. Sammy Joe is one of good artists too also. And he taught me the movements of Saibai dancing. Then I also got taught by Badu, my grandfather. He taught me how to do a particular style of dancing. And also Murray Island, our bloodlines also come from that side of the island, and we got taught by one of my grandmothers how to do different forms of dancing. But also all our equipments that I built, I got from when I was young. I used to see one of my grandfathers build all the apparatus to dance, all your planes and all the different paddles, crocodile on our mask and stuff. So I wanted to still carry that knowledge on, but in a contemporary way, using all the skills that I acquired over time in art and carving, and fusing that together to create pieces that I can use on the dancing, but a modern style of dance costumes and instruments that we use. But I also pass that knowledge on to my nephew. He carves and stuff for me, and I'll tell him stories about particular paddles and stuff, what it means. So we imprint our totems into it. Passing knowledge is very important for us Torres Strait Islander. It's who we are, and it's the things that was done in the past, been passed down for generation to generation, so we can teach the next generation to come. It's the way of life when you look at it, and I like to put that in a art form, because it's once you have an art documentation, it's there forever, and it still educates people way past, not only here but down south, where people can experience what we have up here. We can take that in an art form, take it down there and educate them, because more people we educate about our culture, and passing of certain knowledge is very very good for our culture, because it keeps it strong, because our next generation practice what our grandfathers practice, and the knowledge will live for a very long time. I do this a lot with doing workshops at school. I do a lot of dance workshops, art workshops at schools. I do it for free because I want them to learn about our culture. And any event comes up, I take my dance team along, me and my nephews, and we dance everywhere. We don't need to get paid, because it's not about the money. It's about showing our culture, educating people our culture, and getting the young next generation involved. If they see young people dance, they'll pull them to learn their culture. So I use my two nephews, my two boys, as an example, because they're young and the next generation can see them performing and stuff, then they want to learn. And when I run workshops at schools and stuff, and I show all these young kids, they go to their uncles and ask about certain things that we learn in that actual workshop that I run at the schools. And next day they come back to school with their bull shells with holes in it and start blowing it. So I teach them all how to blow it and what it means. And I said, like, this is your telephone that we used to have back in the days to pass message on. If there's a war coming, they blow in a certain way, gatherings, anything. So passing that knowledge on to them gives them that knowledge they need to know to pass it on to the next generation. So it's very important for us islanders, because as you can see, we're surrounded by sea here, and certain places have certain waters, certain things you have to look for, certain time to hunt, certain time. You can't just pick up and go somewhere and catch a turtle or catch a dugong. You have to be taught that where to hunt, when to hunt, what tide to hunt, different moons, different tides. So there's all these different things in place that you need to learn, and only way you can learn it is by your uncle, grandfather, father. I'm really lucky because everything was passed down from me from my uncles and my dad, and my nephew has also been passed down from me, and my dad taught them everything they need to know with hunting and way of life, so they can go out on the bush or anywhere and they'll survive, because they know where to find water, where to find food. And that's how very important it is for us up here to educate our young about all the things we know and passing that knowledge on to the next generation so we can pass down to the next and next. And also art is a good form of actually capturing that and educating people about that also, so it goes forever, just like the Egyptians. So this is the one that we created for the comms game. As you can see, the feathers is the traditional weaving feathers and represents the actual wave, sick. As you're paddling through the water, it leaves white waves behind. And the red represents our snake, the eyes of the snake from Saibai. So we use that a lot in our dancing and stuff. We always have our reds around our eye or on our costume when we dance. That's one of the things that represents our island, where my grandmother's from. Used that one in the Commonwealth Games that we did the opening on. I designed all of that and also created the dance for that also, for representing Torres Strait Islands. We performed in Maupower, me and my little brother Tanu. It was so funny because I built all these from the stage equipment. So all the ply that I used and handle was from the broom and the actual stage, and I created this just from a saw and drill. They was amazed when I did that, but that's just one of the artists. Like islanders can adapt to anything. You put something in front of them, they'll make it work, and that's what the beauty of art. You can take something and mold it into something, and especially with dancing and art, fusing that together, you can't go wrong. So this is an apply we could use for make our piece. I got Makaya assisting me, my nephew, my boy. Now so I got to draw out a figure for him now. Then I'll cut it out with a jigsaw. So I got a jigsaw and a drill, pencil, ply, 11 mil ply that we're gonna use. I use 11 mil a lot. I make my paddles from it, and also other small totem stuff, like your snakes, your turtles, your dugongs. As you can see, the head of a crocodile. And my totem, Samaku's totem, I like to educate them about their totem. So when they grow up, doesn't matter where they go, they know their totem and their heritage. So it's very important to showcase it in dancing equipment. Like this one here is the head of a crocodile. So it's the Wagadagam from Mobiag, and my grandmother's totem. And we inherit that also. So this totem is my grandmother's one from Mobiag, Wagadagam, and this tabu is my grandmother's one from Saibai. So as you know, the totem is passed down from generation to generation, and this is my father's totem, the hammerhead. So I inherited these, Maka also inherited these. So all these totems, we keep reminding them this is a part of them. Their spiritual ancestors are with them wherever they go, in dancing, schooling, sporting, whatever we do. I pray for our ancestors all the time before I play footy, and I'm still walking around and being safe. So they the first thing we'll do is probably like baby turtle leg. So I'm going to draw a circle, and Maka will cut it. Maka does a lot of art with me. So this is one of the form of teaching through art. Right there. Go back a little bit. Sand, go. Just take your time, Bala. Just follow the line. All good? Nice. Nice. Good. So yep, that's our tail leg here, as you can see. So then we sand it. I give that job for Maka again to sand. So get all them edges and all them edges up. Wow, sand. So from that, we'll go white like that. That's the second stage. Then the second stage, as you can see, is adding color, then painting over. So this is one of your, just a easy method of using ply to make particular shapes. Here example is your turtle, also a totem. I put a face in there representing, we use this particular shell for the actual mask, traditional masks and stuff. And this is my totem, the snake. So the black is the color of the snake, and it has red eyes. So the white I used in that one, it represents all the luggers that they used to have, and they used to have the red dot representing the red eye boats. It was an owner fleet, my grandfather's fleet. So that's what this snake represents. And also, I also use carving out. As you can see, hammerhead is one of my totems also, and using his teeth for the designs, as you can see there. So that's all the different methods that we use in artworks and stuff. We like to show our totems and stuff in the actual work, as you can see in front of you right now. And Maka been working with me a lot. He's been working with me on a canoe, building the canoe for CIAF. From the scratch to finish. He helped me cut it out, put it together, teaching him how to mold it and stuff, so he can one day build his own with his grandson and yeah, the next generation to come. Okay, Maeso, thank you for letting me talk about my passion, my love, and my culture. And thanks for Gabititi to give me this opportunity to share my skills and educate people about my culture, and also educate everybody about Torres Strait Islands, not just Torres Strait Islanders, but all forms of people from around the world. It's good to educate everybody so our culture stays strong.
My name is Stanley Laifoo. I like to paint underwater sceneries. My totem from the Dabu clan on Moa. I made shark, curse, and wind, Sagyar. And I come under the morning star. I started doing art about 18 years ago, self-taught on breaks from crayfishing on off nips. Thought I can do a bit of, try my hand at a bit of art for retirement, and just to put some paintings on the wall at home, and it just took off from there. You know, just kept on going, and yeah, I sort of stick to acrylics. We got a good effect with acrylics. Yeah, paper. Do a bit of carving, but not as much as paintings. I prefer paintings than carvings. Much easier. I like to paint underwater sceneries or myths and legends when I can get the permission of elders to do them, and yeah, just general around home. Got a lot more ideas on growing up, but that's gonna come later on. But underwater sceneries and that, because nobody owned the sea, you know. You just go ahead and do it, and just think back when you were diving and picture underwater, eh? I see, yeah. And I paint what my grandchildren see or dreamed about, and they give me a lot of ideas, and I also give a lot of my paintings away to them, and I teach them, not only them, other kids too, who's interested in painting, give them some paint and some brushes. And I've got grandchildren doing art now, and great-grandchildren, son, daughter, their daughters, and I got a great-granddaughter starting to paint now. So she's only, 3 years old now, yeah. But she's picking up on art now and loving it, and yeah, and other kids come around to play with my grandchildren. I give them paint and a bit of paper to draw on, and few tips, and they go away and take it on board, and they'll use it later on in life, I think. Yeah. This is one of my latest paintings my niece asked me to do a painting for us, underwater scenery about crayfish and, you know, fish that we catch and we usually eat around, you know, our favorite tucker really. But yeah, it took me about on and off, say 2 weeks. So that's what underwater, you know, I see what it looks like to me, and I just hope Torres Strait waters stay clean, and in the future we won't be just looking at paintings of what we got under the sea, and just want everybody to look after what we got in our area. And that's about it.